If we think about the concept of nafila, what does nafila mean? Nafila is something extra. We know we have to do the fard. We know that the furud alayna is very important, and many people are struggling with the fard. I know this. But when we ask ourselves, what is nafila? We can look to the Quran to understand. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمِنَ اللَّيْلِ فَتَهَجَّدْ بِهِ نَافِلَةً لَكَ عَسَىٰ أَن يَبْعَثَكَ رَبُّكَ مَقَامًا مَحْمُودًا. So nafilatan lak means it's nafila. So this is something that is nafila. This of course is ikhtisas lil-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. This is something special for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, something special for his ummah, that we have this unique time at night that is nafila. What does nafila do? Nafila brings us to the love of God. And this ultimately is what we all need. And so then we look around, what is the nafila that we should be doing? And we discover that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself has described nafila as tahajjud. Okay, so now we need to get up. And in other places in the Quran, قُومُ اللَّيْلِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا, get up at night except for a little. So we begin to understand this nighttime is for sleep and for worship. And when we begin to understand and think about that, we begin to walk a different path. The importance of tahajjud comes back to the importance of really what it means to be human. Because we are created to be ibadallah, to be of the worshipers of God. And we have a whole life of busyness and running around and rushing and coming at night exhausted, and we're looking for rest in 100 places. But the real rest is at night. The real rest is standing before God at night. The real rest is standing in the last third of the night, standing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, قُومُ اللَّيْلِ, stand up at night. Stand up at night. To be of the ibad ar-Rahman, الَّذِينَ يُبِيتُونَ لِرَبِّهِمْ سُجَّدًا وَقِيَامًا. Let's think about that verse for a minute. To be of the worshipers of the merciful. And I want to talk a little bit about what that means, to become of the worshipers of the merciful. But to be that person, we'll talk about that maybe later, is also to define this as the one, yabitun means to settle. If you think about the word bait, a house, a place you settle, yabitun, to settle into worship. It becomes something that you're at home with, something that you settle your heart in. And it's very interesting, the verse, because it begins with sujjadan. So yabituna, in prostration to God, in great humbleness to God.